let's see if this works. All right, so I'm gonna go to the project and okay, so it's not gonna build, but okay, so it is the same problem. Shoot, so I need to downgrade .NET or something like that. Okay, let me try the other project. Okay, so this project will work. So why don't we work on this one? For those that haven't seen this project, first off, let me check to make sure I'm actually streaming. And let's check. All right, cool. Yeah, looks like I am live. I just need to pull up my chat real quick. Where is it? There it is. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So we're back. This is the game. So far, it's set on a group of islands, archipelago of islands. Let's see. Yeah, set on an archipelago of islands. It's gonna be kind of like an RPG platformer game. At least that's what I'm shooting for. You can pick up items. You have an inventory system which isn't being pulled up for some reason. Oh, it's I. That's right. So you can equip a sword, and now I like swinging a sword, and I can hit this guy. Thanks. Glad you like it. I've been working really hard on my pixel art skills. You can open up chests and stuff and collect the loot. And you can even talk to people. And yeah, he's kind of a... Yeah, it's a really crappy system right now, but it's a work in progress. Cool thing is the world actually... there's areas that you can go into. The world is... I'm actually really proud of the system. You can really explore. Like, there's no loading. It's all seamless. And you can transition between tile maps. Right over here, I'm going to pick up a knife. And then I can... as you can see, I equipped... Or I need some work on the inventory system. Like, you can equip all the... or pick up all the jibs from all the bad guys and stuff. But this is just a really small little sword. If we continue on, there's actually a lot more to the game. We got this weird shark thing that's attacking you. You can get hit, or actually you can't. Sorry, I changed that. What is a tile map? Just a grid of textures? Yeah, basically. This sprite sheet right here. Let me see if I can pull it up. You know, one thing we should do is actually get a wallpaper. Let's go to, yeah, okay, so this is the tile map for the game. I don't know how visible this is. It's kind of terrible how, okay, let's see. Where'd it go? Oh, okay, so it switched, let's go to this one. Okay, yeah, so this is the tile map of the game. Basically, it uses all these tiles and stitches it together to make a, yeah, tile map. And anyway, so you can go this direction, go into this, go down the stairs here, or into the cave. And then we're in this part of the world. There's a sign here. Eventually you'll be able to read it, but I don't have that now. If we go this way, there's another shark that you have to avoid. You can hit them and, you know, cause some damage. Over here, there's going to be a little bit of a forest, and then there's going to be a cave where you actually go to the very first dungeon in the game. Water particles need some work. Yeah, this is the cave entrance. If I go inside, I can't get out, so I'm going to avoid that for now. Yeah, so this is done using raylib and C++. Yeah, no external libraries. I do use an XML library because I don't want to parse XML myself. Over here, there's going to be a little bit of a village that you can go to. This is where you're actually going to see that old man and to be able to talk to him. Over here, there's going to be a dock, and this is where you can actually buy like your boat. Oop, we fell through the earth. Okay, let's see. Do we have? Well, anyway, on that village, you can go inside all those buildings, and you can. The goal is that you can build that you're going for the first starting island. You're trying to find the resources to buy, like gold, to buy a small little boat, so you can travel to other islands. For right now, let's actually get a wallpaper going. Just open this up. Let's go to favorites. I've been really feeling this wallpaper, so I'm gonna do that one again. Oh, is it not? Oh, sorry. Favorites. There it goes. Okay, cool. And the cool thing about that script is it will change like the colors of my terminal and all that. Okay, so I should have C-Line installed. I might need to configure it. Oh, actually, maybe it's on my desktop. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I didn't install it using the package manager, but I didn't. I usually use Emacs for development, C++ and all that, but my Emacs config I decided to completely rewrite, so it's kind of scuffed right now. So let's open the project. Actually, I've never tried compiling the project in C-Line, so we'll see how this works. CMake project, this window. Might need to change my CMake version. No? It might just work, actually. Cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got the game. Okay, so what do I want to work on? Let's see. Recently I've been really working on art. Maybe we'll add some like AI to this guy, because right now he has the same AI as the zombies. So let's open up the tile map and move the ghost to the starting location, so it's a little easier to work with. Let's go back. Repos, Isle Chaos, starting island, right here. Cool. Yeah, so this is the tile map. This is where all the objects are stored. I'm going to delete these two. Actually, let's keep the sword nearby. Let's delete the old man. And if we go to start island, cave, something like that. Background, that's it. We can actually grab the... This is I have 3 gaps, yeah. Put the ghost right here. Actually, let's move him up, because I want him to fly towards you. I don't want him to have the same gravity as all of the zombies and stuff like that. Alright, so let's try running it, see if we can see the guy. And yeah, okay, so we can see it. And actually, let's move the player too. Here's the player. Let's give him a name. There we go. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's a really nice tiled map editor. And actually, they created... There's a new update. I think I actually have it here. But you can do some really cool, like... I don't know, like... what's it called? Well, where it automatically figures out which tiles to use when you paint. Really cool stuff like that. Super easy. Okay, so let's open up the Ghost AI. That is in... It's been a little bit since I've worked on this project. Let's go to... let's check out the actor class. It's going to be an AI, I think. Or enemy. Let's see. Yeah, you can export to Lua. You can even export to GameMaker. Yeah, it's really nice. JSON. Oh, is it done in Actor? Yeah, okay, so we do update here. Okay, so let's see. We need to check for another actor type. It looks like that we don't have the ghost actor type. So let's add that. And I'm using an entity component system, so it's really nice. It's called Ent. It's made things really great to work with. Okay, so we're gonna actually, no, we don't want the registry. We want the actual entity itself. So how do we do it up here? Okay, so we do want the registry if we want to query like the player and stuff. Then we pass in the, let's just copy this right here. Paste. Go down here, update, ghost AI. And, you know, honestly, we don't really need the sprite probably, but we're going to pass it in anyway. Body, physics, actor, sprite. Body, actor, physics, sprite. Actually, not actor. Actor's over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so one thing I want to do is I want to actually check the physics type, the physics body right here. And okay, so we do have a gravity scale. Gravity scale basically it adjusts how each physics body reacts to the gravity, right? So if it's at 1, then it's going to be traveling at the normal gravitational pull. If it's 0, then no gravity will be applied. And I actually want to set the gravity for the ghost to 0. So let's go to the spawners. Let's look for ghost. There it is. Physics. All right, cool. So we can do physics dot gravity scale y is equal to 0. Cool. And now if we want to test it out, we will see that the ghost will float. And I think, yeah, okay, so it's floating. Cool. I didn't actually, yeah, okay. So it is looking for us a little bit. I think, I'm kind of confused why it has any AI at all. I wonder what's controlling it. Huh. Yeah, it looks like it has the zombie AI still, but it's not reacting to gravity. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to here. And that's because we're not breaking. And also we need to set the actor type right here to a ghost. The AI. Okay, so the AI is very simple. It's basically just a state machine. So what we have is the enum of the different types of actors. You can think of these as basically the different types of behavior or AI. And then we have states that the AI can be in. So it can be idling, wandering, waiting. These are all universal, so every single entity has the same set of actor states that it could possibly be in. And then, yeah, right over here, this is the actor component. You set the actor type, the AI. I don't know why we have an AI type. I think I was planning on doing this a little differently at some point. Anyway, then the current state, and then I just create a list of vectors, targets, right? So between states, you may be looking for like the player or something, right? So you want to have, you want to store a vector to navigate towards. And then also same with timers. And then these values can just be indexed using a variable. Yeah, it's very simple states. I didn't want to do anything too complicated. There's no pathfinding yet, really, besides, go towards the left if you hit a wall, jump. Who came up with this code design? Well, I mean, this is just what I've designed, but a lot of people use state machines for actually doing AI. Timer is literally just a float. You can use it for anything. So I think, let's see. Okay, so here's a timer, for instance. So let's let's see what the zombie does, or the Zambi. So it will switch on the current state. The initial state of the zombie is idle. So we set the target to basically its location in space minus 200 pixels or plus or like minus 200 pixels or plus 200 pixels. So it'll pick a target either left or to the right. And actually, this really should be, I think we have a center. Do we have a center? This really should be the center. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's not the center. Because all of my objects are at the top left corner. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we pick a new target. Then we set a timer to a random float between half a second and 2 seconds, and then we set the state to wander. So now in the wander state, it will check the distance between its current position and its future position. So we can actually replace this right here with body.center, since we're now targeting the center. It'd be cool if we could play against each other by building AI in that. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. So we check if the target is less than the center. If it's towards the left, then we'll move the velocity to move him to the left. Then we'll decrement the timer. If the distance is less than 10 pixels and the timer is up, then we'll basically recalculate the timer and set the state to waiting, because we want to have a little bit of a wait period. So he'll move a little bit and then wait, and then move a little bit, then wait. And then over here, that's actually doing the timer. We decrement the timer. If it's less than 0, then we actually go back to idle, and then it just restarts. And then we can see that in action right here. You can see that they're moving. It changes direction. It stops for a bit. It moves a little bit. It kind of seems like they're moving, and then they're thinking about where they want to go next. And I don't know. It's a really easy AI just for demonstration purposes, just to flesh out the system. So, okay, so now the ghost, if we look at the ghost is just sitting in midair. So why don't we do this? Let's make it so that the ghost just always tracks the player, regardless of the player's close enough. Or maybe we'll wait until the player gets close enough. I'm not really sure. Actor state. We'll start at idling, and then we'll just initially set the state to tracking. All right, and then we'll actually handle that. Tracking. So we need to find the player, and we do that up. Let's see. Here. Wait, where? This is the actor AI. Type actors equal enemy start. Okay, so this deals with bullets and collisions and stuff. I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, no problem. Take care, man. All right, let's see. Where do we find the player? I think for the zombie AI. Oh, we don't actually target the player. Okay, well, let's just do it. So we got the registry. We can make the view of players. So players. This whole system actually works with multiple players if we ever wanted to do multiplayer or something, but we're not going to worry about that. So we're going to get all the entities that have a player and have a body, right? Which should only be the player, right? So we're going to do players dot each. It's been a while since I've done this. Let me look up some other code where we search. Actually, the player controller is a great example of that. Where's the player controller? Is it just in player? Yeah. Okay, so let's copy this over here. Let's get rid of everything that we don't want. So players. Okay. Do that. We don't want any of that. We probably should capture the player and the body, and we can get rid of that. Okay, so how did we actually create the view? Just like that. Okay, cool. Cool. Easy enough. Okay, so we should have the current player right here. So we want to create get the location of the player. So we want to do actor.target is equal to target 0 is equal to Oh, you know what? We need to name this player body. Oh, shoot. Key binding. That's going to be equal to player body center. We need to capture the actual actor, so we'll do that by reference, like so. Cool. All right, so the actor now has a target. And you know what we could do, actually, to save ourselves? Well, no, we want to change the target each time. So we'll say, let's get the angle towards the player. That's going to be atan 2f. Is there a standard library version of this function? I believe so. And then we want to get the current, let's bring in the body. We want to get our current position. So body.y minus, let's do this instead. Player pose is equal to that. Y. All right, so what this is doing is it's taking the angle. It's getting the angle between two vectors. And it's returning it as a in radians. So then we can get our x and y speed and actually move towards that angle. So the way to do that, we're going to do a, let me think. Actually, we're going to need the physics, so let's bring in physics also. We're going to say physics, the velocity is equal to cosine f of angle times a speed. So let's just do 1,000 for now, and we'll test that out later. Let's also get the delta time. So we'll get the current frame time, and we'll multiply this by dt, which means we probably should scale this up to like 4,000. All right, so we got the x velocity. Now let's do this y velocity. So that's the sine of angle. We're going to do the same speed. Why is this giving us, why is this weird typo? You know what we're going to do? Px, py. We're going to destructure it. Because why not? We're in C++ 17 land. Okay, let's give it a shot. All right, the ghost is nowhere to be seen, which I'm guessing what happened is we got our angle. We have to like subtract pi halves or something like that. Pi halves would be 45 degrees. Let's cast that to float. Oh, not working in C#. Okay, so it's going the wrong angle still, so maybe it needs to be, or pi halves is 180 degrees, isn't it? Yeah. We'll just keep rotating and see if one of these works. Let's slow them down a bit. And actually, why don't we move it down just so we can see it a little closer? Oh, it's just not. Oh, no, it's too slow, I'm guessing. Oops, let's fix that. Okay, so it's going up, so we need to subtract. Subtract pi. There we go. Okay, so now it's flying towards us. Let's increase the speed again. Cool. So now the ghost is going to harass us. Cool. We probably don't want it to be that fast. And it looks like... oh, I see. Okay, so it needs to subtract half its width and stuff. Auto xy is equal to body center. Okay, so this should now center the ghost on us. Cool. Yeah, we can see that that's perfectly centered on us. We should be able to equip a weapon and actually fight it. It's pretty persistent though. When it gets hit, it should honestly fly away and then come back. I kind of see the ghost enemy being more of like, not something that you would face one-on-one, but something you would face in a group. So it would fly in, you hit it, then it will circle back around and stuff like that. And maybe even when it finds the angle, if the angle is close enough to the player, then it will that's not a word, dart forward and attack the player really fast or something like that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we only want to really be able track the player if the player is close enough. So why don't we create a value for that? And this will just be arbitrary at this point. Target dist, or let's do tracking distance. And we'll set that to 200 pixels. Let's try 300 pixels. And let's make it a float so it's easier to work with. Okay, so we got the tracking dist. So we'll have a wandering state. And we'll basically mirror the code that's up here for wandering. So why don't we do that? And our target, let us, how do I want to do this? Random float, so this is going to be the minimum value, so we'll start at 0 and then 2 pi. Like so. So we'll grab an angle, a random angle, and then we will const auto target. Why don't we just do it over here? We'll say that, again, let's just copy this code down here. We don't need delta time for this. And we're gonna let's make this value random also, why not? So let's go 200, or let's do negative 200, how about? Cool. So, okay, what are we doing right here? So, oh, you know what? This doesn't need to be negative because we're checking around the full circle. Let's try 50. Okay, cool. And 800 is way too much. Let's do like 300. Okay, cool. Timer. Yeah, we'll have a timer. Okay, then we go to the wander state, which we're here already. So let's move this back up to here. Remove that. And then first let's check the distance between ourselves and the player. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do, honestly. So we'll do dist is equal to something stupid, like and if we find a player, then we're gonna have the player body, and then let's calculate the distance between the player and the ghost. So we're gonna do body dot center, then we're gonna do player body dot center, and we need to capture the body and then capture distance by reference. Cool. All right, so now we should have the distance. If the distance is less than target distance, or what was it, tracking distance, tracking dist, then we're going to immediately break. Actually, we need to break down here too. And we're going to set the actor state to tracking. Cool. So as it is right now, it's not gonna do any movement, any wandering, but I just want to test out to see if that works. Let's bring up the tile map again. Let's make sure the ghost is like right over here or something. I'm gonna delete the zombie. I'm gonna delete the chest for now. Let's delete this guy too, just so we're not distracted. And let's give it a shot. There he is. Okay, so we're still apparently far enough, or close enough, so let's turn that down to like 100. Okay, so the ghost is in place right now. And as soon as we get close enough, then it'll track us. Cool. That's basically what we want. Let me check the quality of the stream real quick. Cool. Okay, so now that the ghost is tracking us at a certain distance, why don't we actually get it moving towards the target? Okay, so if, let's see. Well, I guess we can just, we need to get the angle from where we're currently at to the target and then move in that direction. Though I feel like we could probably do that in a better way. Well, let's try it. So we're going to get the angle. It's going to be tan 2. Again, float. It's going to be from our body dot center dot y to the target. So it's going to be actor dot target 0 y. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing for x. So x over here. Okay, so now we know the angle towards the target, and I think we also need to subtract pi again. So that's 180 degrees, and we should have the perfect angle. Cool. What's this? Why is this giving me an error? Oh, it's because we have a comma. Okay, so now we want to actually travel towards that. So velocity.x. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Cos x angle times, and we want it to be a pretty leisurely speed. We don't want the ghost to look like he's just trucking it. We want to look like he's wandering around. Alright, we'll take the cosine and sine of angle, multiply that by 1,000, and here we actually do want to multiply by delta time, so let's, why don't we actually just capture that way up here? Like that, and then we don't need it right here. Of course, we're going to have to bring it in here, I think. We'll do that by a value. All right, multiply this by delta time. And now we'll check, now we also want, let's think. No, we already, okay, so we already do the distance tracking. Why don't we also do the timer tracking here? Oh, actually no. We need to get the distance between itself and, okay, and the target. That's another vector 2 distance function. We're going to do body center and actor target 0, like so. Cool. So now we got the current distance to the target. Now we want to check if dist from target is less than 10 pixels, or actor.timer 0 is less than or equal to 0. So if we run out of time or we make it to where our target is, we want to change the actor state to be actor state idle. And that's going to pick a new target. Cool. So let's think here. Let me make sure that, yeah, we're doing this correctly. We're actually not subtracting the timer. So actor 0 minus equals get, or actually just delta time. Let's do that. Okay, let's try it out. So we see the ghost is moving around a little bit. It shows a new target. It's kind of flying towards me. It kind of chooses one abruptly. You know what we should do? I kind of want to change that. So instead of doing it very abruptly, let's create a new state. So we got our idle state, and we got find new target. Let's add a new find new target state. So idle will choose you a random direction to go in. Our new find new target state, instead of choosing a random location, it will take the current target and add some angle to it. Okay, so let's do actor.target 0 is equal to vector to add actor target 0. All right, cool. See you later. And then we're going to add a new vector. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this? Oh, you know what? We don't want to do it like this. Okay, so we want to get the angle. Let's get the angle of the target. Which again, we've done this multiple times already. Use this function, the math function. We're gonna remove that, delete that. Okay, cool. So we got the actor, or the angle of, let's see, target. Do I use Love2D and Lua anymore? I honestly don't use it as much anymore. I still really enjoy it, and I love work. Like, I think it's a great tool just for making visualizations and stuff, which I do really want to get back into. So Love2D and Lua will always be on my radar. But with the games that I'm making, I like to, I don't know, like Lua's great, but not having type information kind of makes really large projects really unmanageable. You can, like be really strict and figure out good ways to structure your program so it, type information isn't as important. But yeah. I do really enjoy Love2D, and I really want to continue with like making a platformer series in Love2D that would look something like this. I'd take a lot of the concepts I'm using in C++ and port them over to Lua. Yeah, the array indexing it's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of it. Yeah, Love2D and Lua will always have a place in my heart because it was really the first like framework and language that I really learned. Like, I really dug deep into it, and my first game was written in Lua that I ever published. So there's definitely a soft spot in my heart for it. I just really need to find time. Like right now I'm focusing mainly on projects that I can actually finish, and a lot of those projects aren't in Love2D or Lua. Okay, so we're going to add actor target 0. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this, and then let's add a rand float of pi over 2. It's called CLion. It's one of the IntelliJ tool IDEs. Normally I use Emacs, but I decided to completely rewrite my Emacs config, and right now it's currently broken. Okay, so now we're actually going to get the angle. And this is going to create us a unit vector, which we can vector to add, which I keep trying to do, but my brain's kind of spacing on how to do this very well. And we're going to add that to the actor target. Cool. So what this should do is we take the angle of the current target where the vector's facing, and then we're adding, what is this, 35 degrees or something like that. Pi fourths. No, that's 45 degrees. It's pi halves. No, that's not. Anyway, we're adding a small radian value, either positive or negative. This actually needs to be negative right here. So that should slowly point it towards a new direction. I really wish I did support myself through game dev, but I don't. I have a normal job. I'm actually primarily a front-end / sometimes back-end web developer. So I work a lot with TypeScript and the whole web toolchain. My dream, though, would be to support myself with game development, because it's where my passion really lies. Maybe we'll do some, we'll build Skyfall Games website on stream. I think that'd be kind of fun. Okay, so we pick a new target and we go back to wandering. All right, so let's see if this does what we're thinking. Okay, so we can see the ghost. That was a little abrupt, but it should generally follow a certain direction. Shouldn't completely turn around. Oh, he found me. Now he's chasing us. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I really want to work on smaller projects, you know, like I find that I really love programming but not so much game design, which is kind of a shame because, you know, I have all these games I want to design. So I always end up making engines and then not having anything to show for it. So like this project right here is one that I'm actually really passionate about. I think I have a solid story for it. I don't really have a gameplay idea, and that's another thing I'm really bad at is designing gameplay. Like, so that's why I'm making this an RPG, right? Like, I think RPGs are a little bit more, like you don't have to think of a mechanic and then really drill home. You can kind of make it more about the adventure. And that's kind of what I want to have for this. Anyway, okay, so yeah, I'm liking what the ghost is doing. It should really fly at you, and then once it hits you, fly away, and then fly back. So let's see if we can actually get that to happen. So while it's tracking, we also want to get the dist again. Maybe we can actually do this at the top somewhere. Why not? Because we're going to want to do this in several places. Well, this current project is in C++. C Sharp, I've actually been working with it again, and I like C Sharp. There's a lot of nice things about it, especially when it comes to working on Linux, which is kind of funny, right? Like C Sharp's this Microsoft product, and its Linux support has been pretty crappy up until the last few years. There's another project I'm working on with my brother that it's really awesome. I can work completely in Linux and then just using .NET make Windows builds for it, and it will package everything together, give you all the Windows DLLs. I can just zip that up, send that to my brother, and he can just run it. Like cross compilation is really cool with that. I haven't really found a good way to cross compile C++. I'm sure you can, but you got to deal with all the graphics libraries and all that stuff. Monogame and .NET are really multi-platform, really nice for that. So I think if I didn't originally write this in C++, I would have done that in C Sharp. Oh shoot, I forgot to update the title. My bad. So what happened? I don't know if a lot of you guys weren't on. What happened was I was originally working on that other project in C Sharp and Monogame. I should actually change that. What happened was I did an update of my system, and I'm on Arch Linux, right? So it's pretty bleeding edge, and my .NET died middle of the stream, so yeah, so I couldn't actually work on the project, and I didn't really want to spend time on stream like debugging that, so I decided to work on this one. I wonder if I can actually update the title. Epic raylib C++ RPG game dev. There we go. That's a better title. So yeah, sorry for clickbaiting everyone, I guess. Okay, cool. All right, so we're getting the distance. We need to get the distance between the player, and we probably want to do... Okay, we already did that up here. Cool. No sweat. Did I remove... Let's get rid of that. And cool. Groovy. All right. If the distance between us and the player is less than, let's do the player's width, which means that we're within the player's body, chances are. How do I manage so many projects? I don't manage it, and that's the problem. I have so many projects and so many things that I want to work on, but it really wears me thin. So yeah, that's why I don't really have that many games published. I just have a ton of demos. But basically, I like having a lot of projects though, because especially when my day job is programming, so I'm programming all day long for 8 or 9 hours, and then I'm coming home and I have all my projects that I need to program on, right? So having variety really helps avoid burnout. You know, if I'm feeling like working on a game, I can work on a game. If I'm feeling like something else, I can work on my programming language, stuff like that. You know. Okay, I need to focus. I'm not thinking straight. Auto, player body. The body has a size. It has a width and a height, right? Okay, yeah. It inherits from the rectangle. Cool. So we'll say if dist is less than player body width. Sure. Yeah, this project's using raylib. Really fantastic library. I have a little bit of a tutorial series on there, but you know, life got in the way of actually finishing that, unfortunately. We're gonna do actor states. First off, let's fly in the opposite direction. So let's take float new angle. We're gonna set that to angle plus pi. So that's adding 180 degrees. And then we want the velocity to can't do plus equals. We just want to copy this right here, basically. And change this to the new angle. Oh, actually, no, not this. This. Cool. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking the opposite angle from where the player is, and we're going to move towards that direction. And then I want to change the state so that we actually move in that direction for a little bit. Actor state. Let's see. Waiting. Let's change it to waiting. Do we have a waiting actually? We have a wander. Okay, good. So waiting basically is just going to count down the timer. So we can do timer 0. Let's set this equal to rand floats. Let's do half a second up to 2 seconds. And we'll see how that looks. Cool. Then we change the state to waiting. So let's actually handle that state. Actor dot timer 0 is less than 0.0f or equal. Then actor dot state is equal to actor state tracking. And then we'll immediately set the actor state to tracking and not wandering. We probably want to set it to wander if you run away eventually, but I'm not going to worry about that. And then we're going to break up here. And then we're going to decrement the counter. Cool. Cool. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so the ghost is just wandering around. Let's pick up that sword. He's not actually following us. He's actually randomly walking around. You'll see he'll move in the opposite direction eventually. He does seem kind of like to have a bias towards this direction. So I don't know why that is. Okay, so he rushes at us and then he runs back. I kind of would... maybe you should, like, swoop. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I'm not really sure how to do that right now. Let's increase the velocity to, like, 6,000. And then maybe we can make him go faster the closer he is to you. How would I do that? Take the distance between you and the player. Divide that by the tracking dist. And then we could add 1 to that. Let's try it. Speed. So we want the current dist. Divide that by tracking dist. And how about we subtract this to, or make this like 3,000, and then let's multiply this by 1 plus speed. And let's make this a float. Okay, let's see how this looks. This might make him really ridiculously fast. Maybe we need to add some randomness to the new angle. I feel like it's too predictable. And you know, this is a function that we're going to be using quite a lot with all our AI, so maybe we will extract that out to a rand angle function or something. You know, that's actually a good idea. Let's do that. Let's go into our utils file. Rand float. And we're just going to make it return a random float, or a random angle between 0 and pi. 2 pi. Cool. I don't know why I'm casting a float to a float. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. And then we can substitute. Where did I do that? Here. Anyway, let's go down. Let's go back to the ghost AI. Okay, so we're adding a few degrees here and there. We don't really want him to fly downward, though. I feel like that'd be kind of weird. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, this is raylib for you. This is some of the stuff you can do with it. Cool. That looks pretty cool. I do really wish you would fly through the player, though. So you know what we should do is we should set the target to the player plus a little bit. So let's see. Distance from target. Don't we do that? No, never mind. Find new target. Okay, so how would we do this? We would add no, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for tracking. We should be looking for the player tracking dist. Yeah, okay, so I see what we're doing. We're getting the angle. Yeah, we might not be able to do that with the current way I'm doing this. Let's get rid of this. Let me think a little bit. My brain's pretty fried today. It's been a long day. Well, we're checking if the dist is less than or equal to the player body. It should really be, and distance is going to be a positive number no matter what. So maybe we need to find a, instead of player body width, or you know what? Actually, we could change the dist to be, put a center. Let's take the angle again, which we've done many times. Paste that here. Oh, this isn't what we want. We want the angle between us and the player. Where do we do that? Here. We could move this up to the top. Let's name this angle from player, or to player. And you know what? We actually can't because we need the player body. So we're going to leave that. Never mind, never mind. Never mind. Well, I won't worry about it for now. I'm going to here, guys. Thanks for stopping in. It was nice talking to you guys. It's been a while since I've been on. I'm going to, like I say every single time, try to make this more of a permanent thing. Now that I actually have a nice, apartment, I can actually stream more and not worry about, random noises and everything like that. So expect more streams for sure. Join the Discord server. I'll post a link if you guys don't know about that. I haven't really officially announced it even. So let's see. But yeah, we have a Discord link with quite a few people. I think we're at let's see. Yeah, over 50 right now, which is pretty awesome. Server settings. Invites. How do I set up an invite link? I'm really bad with Discord, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to create a new invite link, no limit, copy. Okay, cool. So here you guys go. I'm going to paste this into the chat. If you guys want to join the Discord, please join. It's really cool. The community's growing, and it's been really amazing getting to know you guys and actually seeing who is in the audience and stuff. It's really been eye-opening, seeing like that my videos actually help people. I always just made them because I thought it was fun, and I didn't really think that a lot of people gained as much value as they actually did, And it's really motivating me to make higher quality content, My videos, I just made them whenever I had time, in college or whenever, and often, like the quality wasn't where I really wanted them to be. So in the future, expect higher quality and more streams. But yeah, thanks guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you